Okay, walk me home. A lot of times I don't publish them because I just think they're not interesting, but or I feel like I'm just being negative. So that said, there was a very creepy white dude on the bus who got on about a mile before my exit. Happily, he only went a stop or two. But after he got off, I told the driver, I don't worry about the white guy. I mean, I don't worry about the black guy on the bus. I don't worry about that because the black guy's generally the driver. I didn't say that, but and I don't worry about the Spanish speaking guy. No, I don't worry about any of them. But it's the white guy, if an older, like a middle-aged and up white guy gets on, and he's looking kind of like a little too well tanned. He's not really well kept, then I'm going to be watching him because he's probably living on the street and has serious mental illness and some kind of addiction going all at the same time. So, yeah, I tend to be leery of them. But I have a few surprises. God forbid I need them. But, yeah, so I'm going home. I am very, very tired. Work was just crazy today. I don't understand the thinking on what they're doing with our hours. I don't. And the thing that lets me know how much money I'll be getting is not working. So I'm trying to guess at my pay. But the good thing is about this pay, I really only have two things I need to worry about. The homeowner's insurance and the water bill, and a little bit overdue on the I paid most of the electric bill, but there's still like $40 still I need to pay, so I'm going to pay that. But as soon as I have it, I'm going to give it to them. So I want a good relationship with them, and they do kind of watch that kind of thing. So yeah, I'll fix that. But they were doing a car rally thing nearby. I need to watch because someone's getting off the other bus. That's why I try to keep awareness of what's around me. Who this person is, I don't know, but they could have been picking up, although I don't think I saw anybody over there. But at least the gas station's pretty well lit. But there was a car rally thing not far away, and the last time I ran into one of those things, the idiots were shortcutting through my neighborhood, and a couple of them almost ran me over. I don't know if I published that one, but that was not fun, me and the buggy jumping out of the way repeatedly. Oh, there he is. It's a guy with a backpack, and he is walking away from the neighborhood. Oh, okay. I think that's his mom there in the white car. So, yeah, some parents do that. The kid rides the bus from the trade school or work or whatever, and then the mom picks him up. I don't know what that white car's doing. It's a very glamorous Latina lady driving, so I'm not exactly worried, but why are you going into a vacant gas station parking lot? That just seems a little off. So I'm just gonna get away from that, whatever's going on. And I brought my water bottle, so that worked. It's not perfect, but I thought I saw a rat. Ugh, I'm tired. But yeah, so anyways, I was running crazy all night, just running. I did get a short break in my lunch, so I'll take that. That's the only bad thing about the water bottle is I eventually drink it all. And then I need to pee more when I'm drinking straight water versus when I'm drinking soda. I'm not really sure about the mechanism on that. But I was 162 this morning. That is good. And tomorrow, I just plan to mostly rest, do some organizing, and I'm gonna throw out all the old underwear. By that I mean, and this is okay, the Christian brothers can listen to this. Women have sizes like 1, 2, 3, 4, and the bigger the size, the bigger the underwear. And at one point I was a very large size, and I'm down to a much smaller size. I've gone down 5 underwear sizes. I can't say that. And I don't get rid of the old underwear unless it's trashed. And if it was still somewhat functional, I'll probably keep it, put it in a bag in the garage or the closet or something. So I have all these bags of old underwear everywhere. And I decided that I don't want the baggy stuff around in my drawer either. So if it's not my current size or one size bigger, I'm gonna get rid of it. But how? I mean, nobody wants old used underwear. I want to have my old used underwear. I mean, I'm sure I could get some money for it, but no, we're not doing that. And boy, that would. So I talked it over with a trusted confidant, and they said just throw it out. I'm like, oh, okay, good. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna wrap it real good in a couple of bags, because I don't want my underwear all over the street if, God forbid, somebody runs into my garbage can one night, but yeah, I'm gonna get rid of it. I will. I might make a little video of me throwing the bag in the trash. I don't know. And when I'm really tired, I have a hard time identifying things I see. I didn't know what that thing was, but it's a weed. And this is the house that's very decrepit. And the other night, I go by that house and I heard squeaking. And that must have been rats. And they sounded pretty big. I'm okay. I know a lot of guys in Texas, Houston in particular. Guys I talk with, bus drivers and friends at work and stuff, customers, and they're all terrified of bugs, any kind of bug. I don't really have an issue with bugs. I don't like them. I'm scared of those big ass wolf spiders. But when I found one, I did take care of it with Ron's shoe when Ron was alive. I have my own shoes now. But, so I don't like the really big spiders. And I don't like rats, raccoons, or possums. But pretty much anything else I can handle, snake in the house, or that kind of thing, no big deal. Roach or spider or whatever, no big deal. But I do have an issue with rats. Now, Bubba, my black cat, 2003 to 2013, he passed of heart problems. He loved to hunt rats, and he would kill them and bring them to me. I didn't have a problem with disposing of the carcasses, and I disposed of many rat carcasses because we had a hoarder next door. But I told him, don't bring me a live one, make it dead. And he did, he understood. And a couple of weeks before he died, Ron had found this little kitten, baby girl. And we think that the most logical theory I heard is that a breeder had driven by the house and seen Bubba lounging in the yard. Big, fat, spoiled black cat. And she had an unwanted kitten with the undesirable markings. I figured she would just dump baby girl in our yard, which makes sense because she was a Bengal. And but she didn't have the pretty markings. They were just kind of like plain leopard spots. And she didn't have the rosettes, really. She just had spots. And but Ron adored her, and the feeling was mutual. at least until he got really sick, and then she was scared to death of him. But he was pretty erratic. Anyway, Ron found her, and she was about 7 weeks old, maybe. And she lived with Bubba for about 6 months. And a couple of weeks before he died, she was about half grown. He went out apparently and caught a rat and brought it in the house. And baby girl chased it all over the house, wrecked the house. The shower curtain was knocked down. Trash cans were knocked over. Just things were knocked off counters. It's just crazy. And then they had a half-eaten rat bud. The head. It was always the most delicious part, Bubba felt. Waiting in my doorway when I got home. So he taught her how to kill rats. But about that time they moved out anyway, so it didn't matter. But it was good to know I had a cat who could do that. And then when I got a mouse about 6 years ago, Cleo was my calico. I still have her. She camped out. He was hiding in a hole in the drywall the plumber made behind the fridge. I didn't think it mattered if he closed it up, so I told him don't worry about it. The mouse got in there, and Cleo waited, and one day he came out, and she got him, and she left it in Rod's doorway, and she didn't eat any of it, interestingly enough. So, she knows what to do. I don't really privately here. I don't think Spotty has what it takes, but Cleo does, so I think we'll be okay. But yeah, I've learned you don't impugn a cat's hunting ability in front of them because they take it personally and then they start bringing God knows what. So yeah. But yeah, I am about 2 blocks from home. I am tired. It has been a long day. Last night I did almost 20,000 steps for the day, and I was down to 162, so that's good. And tonight it is 14,000, so yeah, I was more working in a smaller area tonight, but I got it all done. I think I can say I walked in, there was a mess, and there wasn't a mess when I left. So, that's good. And I got a very nice compliment that things are always crazy when I'm not there. So, nobody else will say it to my face, but that lady did. And then she decided she didn't feel well right when I got busy and left. So. Oh well. What I've been doing food-wise is I got some ricotta cheese delivered when I got paid, and I've been having that with some fresh fruit every night. And 1, my medication is okay with that, which is good. And 2, it's a nice little snack, and it feels decadent because you got all that milk fat and then the sweetness from the fruit. It feels like a cheat, but it's really not. The carbs are not bad, and I got some really nice sweet cherries from the Gordon Foods on Antoine, and so I take the pits out and I quarter them, and I mix them in with the ricotta and a little bit of blueberries and blackberries. And that's good. And because I want, one thing I feel prodded to do is to eat a better variety of foods, not just to eat the same 2 or 3 things again and again. And when I was at Oh, that's the pit bull. Okay, we're moving. Moving. Okay, we're gonna go this way. Okay. And then I can. Okay. Yeah. Now the trick with the buggy is to have way more bungees than I. Buenas noches or buenos dias. Mucho trabajo. I want her to know I'm employed. So I told her I just worked a lot. But, yeah, I'm not really scared of the dog, but if some stranger came at me with a buggy smelling like cats, I might get a little aggressive. And it would be my fault. So, anyways, I've been trying to eat a better variety. And Gordon Foods also had a chub of already cooked ground beef with taco seasoning. Now, I wasn't terribly impressed with the taco seasoning, but I can fix that up. That's not a problem. The meat, all I had to do was basically warm it up. But if you know me and my cooking, I doctored it a little bit. I got some seasoning blend in there. Fixed it up a little. But yeah, it was good. So it's a good ingredient, And what I did was I basically put it with various vegetables, and the cheese that I've had for a while, the shredded cheese is not really good anymore, so I'm not going to use that. What the? Okay. Alrighty, I thought I saw something. Like a big stack on my porch. I'm like, what? I can't hand out that many Bibles. Well, I could, but it'd take a minute. But, that'd be an interesting time off request. I want to go hand out Bibles for a while. But, depending on what time of year it was, they probably let me. But, oh, there is something interesting. What is this? Let's open it up. Oh, I forgot. My keys are in my bag. So, I gotta take off the water bottle. I'm happy with how I fixed it up. I took a strap from one water bottle and I put it on another. And it's much more sturdy. Sorry, I'm bouncing around there. It's been a long day. But, so I just think it's important to just get like protein, a lot of vegetables, some fruit, not a whole lot, but if I'm eating fruit, like close to intact fruit as I can. This is hung up on something. All right. And so like, actual fresh fruit. I do a little of like the applesauce or like the fruit cocktail in juice, the little cups. I'll put that in my lunch sometimes, but I don't do that a lot because I'm trying to just eat real food, so not things from packages if I can avoid it. Okay, so here's what the smart person does. We put the keys and the badge on the door. Well, the bus pass, I don't know what called it, the badge. Because I had a security badge when I worked at the post office. And if you didn't have a badge, you were not getting in the building. My Bible buggy here is going to be in the way. And I'm not going out tomorrow, at least as far as I know. So, and then I need to get all these quartz. It takes a lot of bungees to strap that wagon when I do a Bible handout. So, but I don't know if you saw, but when I was getting out of the way of the dog, the car tipped over and went sideways. But it was fine, nothing spilled because I had a bungee. This is Walmart. Oh, I know what this is. This is my feverfew. Okay. Yeah, and the Butterbur worked. I did not have a headache this morning. I almost always wake up with a headache. And I will show you what I wore today, too. Since I'm not on Facebook, I'm not doing those, oh, look what I wore today pictures. Not that I did a lot of those. And then when I bring my buggy home, I like to turn it so the handle faces the door. So when I'm ready to leave, I don't have to turn it around. And I feel like I'm forgetting something. Oh, I forgot my vest this morning. Yeah, I'm good. But yeah, it was a long. Oh, the fashion show. Yeah, and these shoes, they were women's 12. They were killing my feet all day. That's another reason I'm staying home. I think my feet are growing again. This has happened a couple times the last 5 years. I was like originally like a woman's like 9, and I'm like a man's 12. Well, 12 and a half, I think. But yeah, my feet just were so crowded and miserable today. It wasn't excruciating, but it was unpleasant. So, and that's a word you don't want to hear me say, is unpleasant. So, you know, that was one thing. I had a very bad habit when Ron was alive, of just profanity. So, anyways, here we go. I have a cute little skirt. I got this at the thrift shop. And I also got the top at the thrift shop. It is some kind of performance fabric because I was sweating like a hog going down the road, waiting. And then I just missed one of my connections. I was sitting for a while on that bench waiting on my ride, and I am still fresh. So this is a good buy. I wish I knew who made it, but like I said, it had no tags. Okay, so I'm going to bed. Good night.